I'm Bill Olson, and let's queer up trans rights. Trump renews his attacks on transgender Americans and pushes the Save America Act. President Donald Trump renewed his attacks on the transgender community during a White House address, while also urging Congress to pass the Save America Act, a voting measure that LGBTQ plus advocacy groups say could disproportionately affect transgender people. Speaking from the East Room of the White House, Trump defended his administration's policies targeting transgender inclusion, saying, quote, "We had transgender for everybody, men and women's sports, crime ravaging our cities, and the whole world was laughing at us as a nation, but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. America is respected like we have never been respected before," end quote. His remarks referenced his administration's efforts to bar transgender women from competing in women's sports. The issue has remained a central focus of his administration's anti-LGBTQ plus agenda, which also includes a Justice Department investigation into Illinois school districts over LGBTQ plus lessons and a proposal to roll back LGBTQ plus housing protections. LGBTQ plus advocates, including advocates for trans equality, the National LGBTQ Task Force Action Fund, and the Trevor Project, oppose this Save America Act, calling it a blatant, quote, "a blatant attempt to steal the fundamental right to vote," end quote. They argue transgender people whose identity documents do not match their gender identity could face additional barriers to voting. Oh my gosh, where do I start in any of this? It's just outrageous, and it's just a smokescreen in so many ways to be targeting this issue. But the most serious aspect is the attack on individual groups' ability to vote and how they are maneuvering to control this so people will walk up to a voting booth and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't let you vote right now." And then that's not a time for them to unpack the problem and figure out. Yeah. The administration's focus is so misguided, to say the least. But it's all a deflection for all these other things that they are.
Epstein files, for example?
Yeah, absolutely. For trying to get us to focus elsewhere, like pay no attention to the man behind the curtain situation here. It's just outrageous, and aggravating beyond belief.
Frustrating, I mean, if politicians spent half as much time lowering grocery prices or gas prices or, mortgage rates or homeowners insurance, right? Healthcare, as they do talking about our transgender siblings, we'd all be doing a whole lot better, And I just want to remind folks at home, trans people make up less than 1% of the United States population.
And the focus is so unleveled, imbalanced. And I'll also tell you, John and I having just come back from the Baltic, where we were in 9 different countries, what he's saying is absolutely false. The global perspective on us is the opposite. He lives in a fantasy world of his own creation and suggests, and I think he thinks that if he keeps saying a lie enough times, the American population will believe it. And maybe that's been our problem. It's been our problem for so long.
And some do, unfortunately. Listen, Trump is, like the young kids say, delulu.
Yeah.
All right. He is delusional.
Well, you'll see it on your trip coming up soon here, Faye.
Yes.
The people who I encountered were all about saying, what's going on over there? And they don't just prescribe to this idea that we were a broken country before 2 years ago and now all of a sudden we're the hottest country in the world. No, it's actually just the opposite. Yeah. Their feeling is like your country is broken now.
They feel bad for us. Which is why when I go anywhere, I say, yo soy de Colombia. Yo soy de Medellín. Ay, es Estados Unidos.
No, John and I wore our "I'm from Canada" shirts,
So. You only have to have watched the World Cup finale to know how the rest of the world feels about DJT.
Exactly.
I mean, boo, 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 boo.
And he got so booed. And when he put the medal on that one player, and the player was like, "Peace, dude. Like, I'm not touching your hand. I might get something."
It's one thing for him to be so incapable of seeing that too, but the Kool-Aid that everyone else is drinking around him, to buy into this as a truth and a reality when it's so far the opposite.
They're just kissing the ring.
Yeah.
And then back to the transgender community. Mm-hmm. Everyone I know in the transgender community is just trying to live their lives authentically.
Period.
They're not period.
Right.
Stop.
Right.
And they become targets of this insane regime. It is so diabolical.
It is.
Well, there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.